There we go.
Oh, what?
Oh, I thought you were already lighting it up.
Are we on YouTube or are we not?
Yes.
Oh,
we're on YouTube. Duh!
Wow. So today, instead of Makeup with Stephanie, we're going to highlight our friend AJ Smith, who we had on our show a few months back. He released his new album, our new song, Sad Song, and he's doing a live concert right now. So I want to make sure that we highlighted that because he's an amazing artist. He was on Good Morning America today, featuring his song Just Wear a Mask that he did with his girlfriend Brianna.
Just
so
wear
I
a
wanted to tune in
mask.
really quick. Yep, I want to tune into it really quick. It was cute. They did like a little skit. And right now I think he's doing Elton John's Rocket Man.
Oh.
Can you turn it up a little bit? Cool.
Are we going to play the...
What?
Yeah, I thought we were playing the video here. Oh. Well,
I mean, you can flash it up there really quick so people know what to go
Yes.
to. Go to AJ Smith's YouTube channel or on Twitch for AJ Smith Friday Night Live stream. And thank you for taking the time to do a live concert for all your fans, because that is something that sometimes people need some good jams.
Yes. We got to take what we can get right now because Lord knows
we need it.
Yes. You have all this stuff. So, yeah, getting back to the day we can't wear masks when we go to live concerts, well, we'll cover that.
Exactly. And he also is having a new original song come out June 5th. So stay tuned for that because we will be sure to cover it.
You got it. Maybe he'll preview it on our show on G4. See if we can make that happen.
I will make it happen. AJ, you owe us a preview.
There you go. You don't want any bad karma coming to you, AJ.
You definitely don't. So go to YouTube and check out AJ Smith and watch his live concert.
He's a pretty cool guy.
He is. He has some good songs, too. They're fun to dance to.
Anybody who knows who Bill Monroe is on that is A-OK in my butt.
What this hillbilly says, I don't know. I don't really agree. I mean, maybe I do a little bit, but he has better songs.
Well, we're making progress.
Not better songs, but he has good songs, too. He covers a lot of top trendy songs as well. He does everything, actually.
Well, no, he's very.
Really
that's
does.
what I say. I mean, anybody that
very talented.
Especially of his generation, to even know who Bill Monroe is, much less know how to play some of his songs or play them, know his music from the mandolin, speaks a lot well for the dude.
I agree. He's a cool dude. His girlfriend's really talented too. And
What
you
does
gotta check
she-
out their Just Wear a Mask song. It's
What
really
does she
funny.
do? Pole dancer or no?
No? Wow. I don't even know what to say to that. I mean, and I should be prepared and trained on what to say when crap like that happens, but she does dance, so I mean.
Well, there you can see. I was in the ballpark.
But she does
I
like
probably guessed it right
dancing. Theatrical dancing and singing.
Well, pole dancing can be considered theatrical, right? Yeah,
shut up.
Jesse said,
Right,
yeah.
okay.
Where's
Anyways.
this chick pole dancing at?
Well, there goes him coming on and previewing his new song with us. But hey, at least I tried. You ruined it, not me.
Well, blame it on me. You do anyway.
It's usually accurate. Anyways, are we going on Facebook anytime? Can we wrap this up? Love you,
Good thing
AJ.
nobody watches
And
us
Brianna.
on YouTube.
Yeah. Except for I'm supposed to send the link. That won't be now. Oh, crap. Thank God.
There's that funky slide guitar music that comes on every Monday through Friday, live at 5 on IEN Newswire, on Facebook Live, and YouTube Live on both of our channels. And if you really want to, again, you guys that are
You know
just...
what? No, don't even.
You guys that are just tuning in on Facebook Live or that...
Please don't go to YouTube.
You have to go to IEN Newswire. Just watch the first 2 or 3
You
minutes.
don't need to.
The makeup with Stephanie's and the one we just did before we came on
I
that.
don't even know what happened.
That was it's absolutely you'll get I almost well I'd like your opinion, but I think you'll get a big kick out of our little segments that we do about 2 or 3 minutes while we're waiting for Facebook Live to come on that.
Kevin writes in, yes, please don't pole dance, Roy.
Kevin was watching on YouTube then.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Maybe I got a good career as a pole dancer. Who knows?
Oh, Lord. What the hell is going on today?
Well, hey, we got to lighten it up on this stuff, else we'd
I'm
all
sorry,
go.
AJ. I tried.
We'll all go surprisingly or stirringly stir crazy on all the things that we're doing up and down the dial. What do you want to do for? Well, you sent in a roller coaster video. You want to do that, or you want to do the naked mom thing, or you want to get in the serious stuff?
Well, let's do the serious stuff first. Down everybody, and then I'll come back and I'll bring up their happy. I mean, that's just what you do anyway.
You asked for it. Well, I gave you the
You
shot.
did. Let's do a little bit in the middle. I mean, we started off with pole dancing and you, so people have some horrific images.
Yeah,
in their
see,
head.
yeah, people
So
are
now
going,
go ahead
oh
and piss
God,
them off,
no.
and then I'm going to bring back the happy. Just kidding.
Well, I don't know. I've lit off the couple of the Gavin Newsom ones on with me with no shirt on and stuff. So I mean, it's been out there. That's why I really should.
No comment.
When I should have this on the deal. I mean, it's a lot more difficult when you got to run all these things yourself.
Yeah, it's that difficult. You can't put a shirt on.
Yeah, well, that's of a lot
Shirt's
of other.
optional.
Of a lot of other
I still service
errors.
people with no shirt, but you have to have shoes on
Of the others, yeah.
or a mask.
That's a problem with that. You're out in the middle of the desert or something, in shorts and sandals, and you go into the place. I remember we were coming back from El Mirage Lake. You probably, I don't have to.
Don't even.
Yes.
Let's just.
El Mirage Lake is up there. If you're going up like a 58 or something, up above like a 138 or so, it's kind of a little bit above, in between their Palmdale and in between like Palmdale and Victorville, Hesperia area up there and that. But along with it's probably 2 or 3 miles. But they do a lot of. It's a state rec area, but there's about 2 or 3 miles. You can do land speed records on stuff. They do that 2 or 3 times a year up there. But we're coming back from there, and it's out in there. It's like 110 freaking degrees, so you don't have no shirt on or anything like that. So you walk into the first place to go to eat, the hamburger stand or wherever it is when you hit Victorville, and you walk in there. Well, you got to put a shirt on to come in here. Which I don't know what is the big deal about having a shirt on when you walk into a restaurant.
Why the hell wouldn't you have to have a shirt on?
I don't know.
Why wouldn't you want to have a shirt on and be dressed?
Well, it's 110 outside. What is the point?
It's not like you're wearing a sweatshirt. Why wouldn't it's like proper? It's what people do. I don't know how to explain that. It's what you're supposed to do. I don't know. Does anyone have a better answer for that? Because I don't know. I don't know what to say.
Yeah, I always wondered what the health concern was, or with that, if you're walking in.
What if you have like chest hair and it's falling in people's? Oh my God, this is like totally grossing me out. I can't even talk about it anymore. No, put a damn shirt on. No one wants to see
what
your
about
private
your arm?
parts.
I mean, what difference is? I mean,
Your
you got.
armpits. It's
You got arm hair. What if that's going to fall in there? I mean, that's not protected if you're wearing a short sleeve shirt.
Carla, right? I mean, really, Carla, how would it look if a woman didn't have a shirt on, though? I mean, I think a lot of men would be happy about that.
Yeah, we're getting calls in now on the deal. See you on that.
That doesn't help me. Oh my goodness! No, put a damn shirt on. Okay. Anyways.
Of that on the whole enchilada. This is Gavin Newsom.
Whoa.
Coming up on the deal of here. Governor Hairgel started off. Well, he was starting off with the whole, it's very unfortunate. They charged that officer Chevalier or whatever. He was charged with third-degree murder, I think, today on the death of George Floyd, and we've all seen the video of that and the horrific nature of it. But this is Governor Hairgel coming on. He had a little rendition.
Governor Hairgel, I like it.
About that of the deal on the deal. So I got the video up. So, Mr. Producer, roll. This is the video one of Governor Hairgel coming on Play the clip.
Cute Governor hair gel.
Oh, God.
Say it. No?
No.
Well, at least
Hit
wears
the-
a shirt. See,
My
he
wife
can
and
go on
I,
the floor without a shirt on.
after that incident, my wife, who's been a champion for the cause of equality in this state and in our nation, has written about it, directed a number of documentaries in this space, reminded me about the most foundational value which she thinks we need to express, and that is a recognition that we have a country that predominantly values power, dominance, and aggression over care, empathy, and collaboration. That the predominant values we seem to be so attracted to as a nation, they're not serving us anymore. Power, dominance, and aggression over care, collaboration, and empathy. That stuck a chord with me.
Stop right there. It should have struck a chord with you, you ding dong. You are the one who is not running with collaboration, kindness, and empathy. You sat there along with Gallagher, the twins of that, ignored the nursing homes, locked down the state across the board, and put us through this torture, for 10 weeks over COVID-19 when you knew darn well the data and the science and everything else did not support what were doing, are continuing to do, and probably will do in the future, because you did not aggressively pursue with collaboration, protecting those that needed to be protected. You harmed those that did not.
Amen, brother.
So that is, you ought to go to wifey or whatever the hell you call her of all that stuff. And that is the real reason she should have told you about that. She had the right words. You just didn't put them together right, you imbecile.
Tell him.
I don't know how else to put it. You want to take away, yeah, you should be aggressive. Aggressiveness is nothing to run away from. When you saw the nursing homes needed the problem and you knew where it was at, you should have worked aggressively to that. No, you worked aggressively spending $1 billion for masks that we still don't got any records on. Katie Grimes of California Globe, maybe we'll have her on next week. She just wrote an article on that. You won't give us the stuff. Company that never built mask in its life is just doing a broker deal, and you're going to be surprised at how all this lobbyists and money patches. I know what wifey got. I'm going to say it again. I said it before. She said, you know what? She's out there gardening or something, working in the yard. Or walked outside, probably doesn't work in the yard, walked outside, said, damn, the governor's mansion must have the most fertile farmland in all the world. I just walked outside and kicked over about 2 or 3 grocery bags full of $500,000 green dollar bills. That's what if there wasn't money traded hands across the board somewhere in this $1 billion mass deal and all that, while we got a $54 billion hole in our budget, they're going to be cutting back on our schools and everything else because of your idiotic policies.
Yeah, I'm really not digging this whole school thing. You might go to 1 day a week, if even. Like, what?
Do the math.
Take away all the playgrounds.
Exactly.
It doesn't make any sense. No children are getting that sick from it. I mean, like I've always said, I love that we're trying something different. I love that we're practicing social distancing.
No!
No, I do. At stores and when we're out. Keep your
No.
space. Yes, keep your space. You don't need to be all up in people's bubble. Don't sneeze on people. Wash your hands. Sanitize. Do all that crap for sure. But let us go back to life. Keep your distance.
It was a math. You heard Tony Thurmond, the state superintendent, in LA schools saying, well, we're going to go to either half a days or 2.5 days a week and all this stuff because we're going to go 16 to a class. Well, they're cutting class sizes in half. How else are they going to do this when they don't have any money? They would have to do what they're trying to do. They would have to double the $100 billion or the $20,000 they're spending on each K through 10 student to $40,000 to do that.
Why?
Because they're idiots. No,
but I don't get at what political gain is any of this doing.
It is because they're controlling you.
But why do they care? Are they gaining anything from this?
Because
I don't get it.
Put the picture of hair gel, the stupid idiot up there on their
stick. Don't call him a stupid idiot. That's me.
Yes, he is a stupid idiot.
Well, don't.
It's because of that asshole that I'm
Roy.
saying on there is that his ego and power trip that he's going on, he saw the opportunity to do that. And I will tell you this, and you argue against it. His ego will not let him admit he screwed this up. He keeps going to. We'll do the next video on that. He will not admit he screwed this up. He will not admit he's doing that. And we've had Mason Weaver on many times. This is what they do to keep you on the plantation. This is how they control you. They make you dependent on them, thinking they're going across all the look at mostly the Hispanics are still wearing the masks. They're still they've been onslaughting the Spanish media, scaring those poor people to death. That you're going to die over this. You're going to kill your family and everything else over this stuff. It is people like this and the dominant media community that have given us this stuff, and that is why they want to control you. The more they get control over you, the more they enrich yourselves, and the poorer they make you. And they make you enslaved.
You done?
Yes.
Okay. Stephen writes in, kids spread cooties like crazy, but I thought we had a cootie shot and we were all good with that, but thank you for writing that in. Carla writes in, but it is temporary and we can't keep thinking it's permanent because then we are missing our minds and it's temporary. It's not temporary though. I don't get...
10 weeks of this crap is not temporary, not when it wasn't necessary.
They're talking like an entire school year of kids
Yes.
Possibly. I mean, nothing's set in stone. One day a week, sneeze guards, wear masks.
Yeah.
Half a day, no lunch, no playground, no going outside. You have to walk one way and a certain line.
Have you seen those
prison?
Have you
prison
seen
for children?
Have you seen those plexiglass deals they're putting up at all the like the grocery store at all the checkout counters and stuff?
That I kind of like though.
Yeah, that's what they got plans for your schools.
I know.
Now.
My kids. I'm going to build a public school. It's going to be called Steph Days. It's going to be great. The kids will have recess, and they will have lunch. And they will be able to touch each other. Don't touch me, though.
Well, don't do it in Moreno Valley because those yuckheads have never approved
Kevin
a charter
writes
school
in,
yet.
can't be mad because Roy says the truth. Kevin, stop adding to his fuel. He's fine. Kevin likes you, though. Got one fan.
Well, lucky me. It's better than none. Here's the next one. You want to talk about the masks and all this stuff? He went on to go all that stuff, and after that was his little rendition about race baiting and all this stuff over George Floyd. Why weren't you arresting all those protesters that were blocking the freeway
and not social distancing?
Yes, and knocking the cop cars' windows out and threatening them and everything else.
Causing more money for your state.
Yes. He wasn't doing that.
That you don't have because you gave it to everybody for not working because you won't allow anybody to work. Idiot. Oh my God, I'm becoming Roy.
Winning.
Proud
of this. And he comes on. He says, well, he's going on about local control, and maybe they can go into phase 3. Screw that. What he said, no sporting events with people going on and on and on. And blah, 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 blah. So that video 4, we got it queued up in here. Let's run video 4 on the deal right now. Yes, that is the one. Let her rip. I love that.
Concerts, no one will be allowed to move forward with large venues like conventions and festivals until we are in a much better position than we are today. No one as well, in closing, is naive about the reality of reopening our economy and the expectation that as more and more people mix and are not practicing physical distancing, are not wearing face coverings, that the likelihood that we see a larger spread of this disease presents itself. That likelihood is very real, and we know that. And that's why in the presentation today, we were crystal clear on our planning around that expectation.
Okay, there you heard it, Carla. You think this is temporary? He's saying, no, basically, if you decode that little sentence in there, is you're not going to be allowed to go outside or do social or have a sporting event or something without wearing masks and all this other crap. This guy is full of baloney. And back to Steve's point, yes, those little crumb crunchers are laboratories for spreading these viruses. And to build herd immunity, that's what you needed. We've had plenty of experts, Dr. Barkey, Dr. Kelly Victory, Dr. Steve Hotze, and a whole host of others come in here and say that nobody under the age of 18, I don't think in California, no, in LA County, because I just looked, has died of COVID or had any complications of it. It's been very rare. But they are the ones that would build that herd immunity in there and spread it through like we've done for not decades, or all through human history on this stuff. So what we are doing is chopping that we're trying to manufacture or manipulate Mother Nature, and it ain't gonna work. We're probably going to get a rebound on this in the next flu season. It's probably going to come back stronger because it's going to mutate even harder instead of being killed off because the kids were not in school. Yes. So we did not build herd immunity to it. So what does the virus usually do in those? From what I learned in high school biology, it's going to come back stronger. We are absolutely killing ourselves from an idiot, like I say, the idiot.
We're like lab rats.
Yes. You hit it right on the head. That's what pull hair gels face up there.
No,
that's
Kevin writes in, can you please stop? I can't say I'm watching him.
This is what he thinks of you. You hit it right on the head. He thinks you're a lab rat. That's what this doofus thinks of you. He thinks you're a lab rat, and we're running an experiment on social engineering across this deal to see how we can control people of that. You're going to be lined up. Then they're going to say, well, in order to survive or in order to send your kids to school, you're going to have the vaccines and all the other baloney. Watch, that's coming.
I'm telling you, I'm going to open a public school. It's going to be held at the studio. Everyone's going to learn how to be an engineer. Carla writes in, question. I'm just kidding. Well, you're the teacher. You don't get holiday pay, though. Anyways, Carla writes in, question, do you guys know any people who have had COVID? You might get a bonus, but with that attitude, you ain't getting nothing, buddy. Do you guys know any people who had COVID? I do. One in the hospital, one died yesterday. We are very sorry for your loss. We have a couple people. We had one lady on the show who had COVID. Her husband just had a heart attack, got tested for COVID, came out negative. The next day before he got sent home, they tested again, just to make sure. I mean, why not? For some weird reason. Came back positive, and now they're not releasing him. So, I mean, do you really believe that all these tests that come back negative and then end up coming back positive are really true? I mean, why would you test again after it came back negative?
Two of the extremely high-risk category. One was 84 years old and didn't even have any problem. The other was actually her brother, who was, I think, 78 or 9, who was on a ventilator and survived. And yeah, it's tragic. People die of the flu, as we said. Anywhere we average about 40,000 a year that die of the natural flu and all these other things. It happens. If you're in the vulnerable population, if you get flu, especially when you're older, you will get pneumonia, and your chances of dying of that are a heck of a lot higher. 0.6% of the United States population lives in a nursing home. And as we brought the stats yesterday, on the low end, and it's if you take their phony numbers, 42% of those that have died of COVID-19 have been in nursing homes, and it's probably 53% because New York has really phonied up the numbers on that whole thing over their debacle of sending COVID-19 patients who were in the nursing home with still infected back into the nursing homes. I mean, if there was a reason to riot and burn things down, I would think it would be that. Look at how many thousands of lives this thing has cost and will cost into the future of shortening all of our lives of doing this or that.
Exactly.
Not to make any light of the George Floyd tragedy or anything else, but what happens if this is costing 5 or 10 or 100,000 lives down the road? Not only the thousands that they've done by misreading the whole nursing homes, I'm being charitable. I think they flat ignored it because they wanted this thing to go, because they knew, this is our chance to really seize power in this whole enchilada. And that's what the pure evil of this, I think, will be exposed in the future.
Edward wrote in, and I really like this point. Just because you're diagnosed with COVID does not mean it's a death sentence.
Correct.
Exactly.
In 99% of the population, not only the United States, the world, have nothing to fear but maybe some mild flu symptoms at best if you get this. Yes, if you are elderly, you have underlying health conditions, if you're that, yes, you have that is a population by the statistics that were just released or compiled yesterday and released. That is where, and that was early on. We knew that the first cases that were publicly known of, we were going back now and finding that were of the nursing home and the hospice, of the 24 that died in Seattle, up in the Seattle, Washington area. This whole thing it makes absolutely no sense of what they did on a logical basis. So then, what is the antithesis of logical?
Insane.
Oh, yeah, illogical.
I'd like insane. It's better.
Insane is better than.
He's insane.
Yes. It's.
So are you.
Well, that goes without saying, but there, of the stuff that's going on this stuff, that's what I'm saying is this. I knew this. They saw this as and this is what I say is the evil about California. They know that, what is it, $2 trillion on the public employees of that. School budgets have been, they know it's been on an unsustainable path. $20,000 a kid, you're not going to make it. They can tax us at 100%, and they're not going to do that. As soon as they saw this, they have seen the opportunity, and I've said it many times. I've said it at many venues across there. To all you public employees on the CalSTRS and CalPERS retirement program, what's 100% of zero? God, we do really need to form a school here because we got trouble. We got trouble.
Hey, I offered TK first grade, second grade, and third grade. Pick your grade. I'm now a teacher.
It's zero, and they're going to use this. Watch, they're going to use this to screw all those promises they made that are unsustainable on all these gold-plated salaries and benefits and platinum-plated pensions. They're going to use it to put the screws on there because that's what they're going to use this. They're going to say we're broke. We're done that. None other than Moonbeam Brown was suing in court over CalPERS and all this stuff with Gavin Newsom and has kind of put the brakes on it. But he said about a couple years before he left office, he said this is unsustainable. He said the school budgets are too high. That's why he was for Moonbeam Brown was for charter schools. He was for charter schools. He said we got to get control of our state budget, our school budget, and we've got to do something about these pensions because there's no way we can pay them out as it was passed in 1999 on SB 400 by the state of California, by every freaking California senator, including Ray Haynes from down in Temecula, which started here, which a lot of you conservative Republican ones vaulted up there, and he voted for it. And that was the tragedy of that. That came out of the dot-com boom, and as Tom McClintock said, one of the 8 in the assembly that voted to it, he said, you're going to rue the day you did this. He said, we're sitting here with a flush bunch of money over the dot-com boom, but that day is going to end. There is no way this will work. And his words have been proven more true every day, and we've been trying to kick the can down the road, paper over it, deny what's been going on. This goes in 98.7% of our public policy. But you know what? If it's coming to the day that we're going to be that we're going to have to pay the piper, and I think COVID-19 just accelerated that, just a whole bunch on that because of what we've done.
Hey guys, hello Stephanie.
Hi Sean. What? I'm lost.
1 minute, guys.
You got 1 minute.
that was such a serious subject, and then we're hi Sean, hi Stephanie.
Oh, were you talking? I wasn't even listening. Hopefully you guys were. I'm just kidding.
That's a bad precedent to set for a talk show.
What? I'm focused. I'm going. We're zooming in. I'm on a talk show? I'm just kidding.
Surprise! Boy,
we got 30 seconds.
Do we need that education system more than anything?
I'm telling you. I've been around. I can't even anymore. I'm so tired. I don't know how teachers do it. I love all you teachers out there. You need like praises and thank yous.
If it is,
right, guys,
if
here we
things
go.
Comes out of that, we'll
Go to
be able to get on the flip side.
KMET1490am.com and download your free phone app today.
IE Newswire Daily is on the air.
The following is a paid program. Views and claims expressed are those of the program producer and are not endorsed by this station. Opinions expressed, not necessarily those of radio station KMET, its management.
To our engineer Jesse, it's probably not a good idea to run the music over your boss when he's coming on.
You can still hear it.
Just saying.
People getting testy. See, we need to open up the world.
Yes, everybody's going stir crazy
Get
on
mad.
a.
I don't know. Fast Friday?
Fast Friday. Wow. Boy, that was great timing
We
on
are
that.
so professional
On
today.
that. Oh, we're coming to you on the Mighty Met 1490 on that. In case you don't know, that little disclaimer that comes out, that's the general manager of KMET, Mitch McClellan. On that, you'll hear him on the. He does the football broadcasts and stuff, and you'll hear him during the day on the show doing some of the promos and commercials and stuff like that. But he's a really pretty cool dude on that. We're just having a little fun at his and Jesse's expense to start the show on that day because
that's what we like to do.
yes, we got to have a little fun, a little levity on this. To
Carla writes in, we really enjoy you guys. I think she really meant me, but we really enjoy you too, Carla. Thank you. And Jesse. She probably likes Jesse too. No, she don't like you.
I love Carla. No, I really do like Carla.
I
like
know.
the. I do. No, I really appreciate the people with the other, especially when they come from another
She always
perspective.
can argue with us, but respectfully, it's fun.
Yeah, no,
It keeps all
and
the different angles.
to talk about that. I enjoy talking, and even when I've talked with Carla in person, we
What do you
may
mean,
have
Carla?
different, and we banter back and forth sometimes on the keyboards and stuff too. But we don't get.
Oh, you just had to throw that out there.
We don't take it. At least I don't, and I don't think Carla does take it personally. And we don't criticize. I don't hold it or think Carla is a bad person because she doesn't agree with me 100% of the time.
Right.
And which I know eventually she'll come around. When,
People don't agree with you 100% of the time?
well,
Really?
they do that at their own peril. See, if they would agree with me 100% of the time, this whole world would work a hell of a lot better.
Oh, it definitely would. I mean, because Roy's ways and logic, I mean, if you're not on board with them, you just don't know up from down or something. Left to right? I don't know. Left to left? Anyways.
We really do need.
We need some lessons.
Yes. If there's ever.
Carla writes in, I don't take it personally.
I know, no, and that's the way we really should. If people did it, we ran down hair gel with his Governor hair gel and that, or I call them the Siamese twins, Como and Newsom of that, the two evil Siamese twins of that. But he had his little race baiting rendition of that going on and the stuff. But let's put it this way: let's take the George Floyd situation of that, which is there is no explanation or no sugarcoating that. That was a thug with the. It appears that way. He has
Speaking of really quick,
thug with the bat.
Jeffrey writes in, I hear the CNN building is getting destroyed right now. While you're on that topic.
That is my point. And then other than, I think it was Martin Luther King said, don't, protest, but protest peacefully.
Right.
You should be, and, if you want to protest, like the ones in LA, you want to protest, do so, Don't block the freeways. Don't assault the cops. Don't burn down the 3rd precinct in Minnesota. Don't burn down the although I wouldn't care so much you're burning down the CNN building. They probably need to be burnt down and silenced, but that's a whole different subject of that.
You went there.
Not really. I'm not condoning fires, so you don't take it that way of the deal. But no, I mean, that was kind of a levity joke of that. But there you go. Oh, yeah, I think we got some YouTube video of that. Oh, this is Atlanta. Look at they're protesting in Atlanta, blocking the streets and everything. Now, you can protest in the park, on the sidewalks.
Look at all that fire.
in
What if
front
a
of
poor
the-
little baby gets burned?
in front of the Capitol. Okay, let's do that. You can protest and this is what my example is. Okay, we've had the reopen California protests. We had one down in Riverside County. We covered it live on IEN Newswire. We've had the ones at the state capitol. We had the ones at the beaches. What have you noticed about the ones that? I haven't heard of
No
any
destruction.
arrests. I have not heard of anybody blocking any streets. I have not heard of any sort of that. But why is there always this theme of that, of doing this? Or let's say when the Lakers or whatever win the NBA championship and they overturn cop cars and riot in the streets, or the Rodney King situation or anything else. Why is it that certain groups of people can protest peacefully and others can't? I say, and I'm picking up on the Carla theme, the ones that cannot protest peacefully do not have respect for their fellow human beings. And that's the bottom line. You can take it whatever way you want, but I would like to hear the argument against that.
Right.
Because, I understand that. I understand the deal of that. I don't agree with we are a racist country and that. We went through all that time. But there are thugs with a badge. There are evil people in this world. They're few and far between that do that. This stuff is not systemic across the board and all that stuff. It does happen. We take care of it when it does happen.
Right.
And we stomp it out, and it will happen in the future because there are evil people out there. But we have the tools and the means to deal with it, and we should have the respect for not only for one another, for one
Definitely.
another's property, for that, and anything else. No matter what happens to anyone else, that does not justify assaulting or damaging public or personal property, going and looting stores, or any of this other
Right.
activity that's been going on the past 2 or 3 days.
I can see them acting maybe that way if nothing had happened to this at all. Like he got away with it, nobody was
Right.
punished. I could see being pissed and livid and going and acting that way. I still wouldn't agree with it, but I would maybe understand it. This is insane. I don't want to raise my kids in a world like that. What about all these poor people that are already hurting from everything going on in the world, already probably losing their business, and now you go in and destroy it? Now they got to replace windows, fire damage. I mean, come on. These people didn't do anything to you. What if they're hurting just as much as you are? That's not cool.
No, there is no.
And these police officers, I've seen some where people get on the cars and they're destroying the police officers.
Yeah.
In LA, they have family they got to go home to at night. They have babies at
Yes.
home. What are you doing?
I
Idiots. So those are idiots.
there you go.
That makes me so mad. The whole thing makes me mad, but acting that way, it's disgusting. I'd beat the crap out of my kids if they ever act that way, and I give anyone permission to beat the crap out of my kids if they ever behave that way. In a nice
and that's
way.
the way
I mean,
back in the and,
no.
and again, we've talked about trying to make this antiseptic society. Like I said, back in the day, I was more afraid of my parents, the neighbors up and down the street, and everyone else, because that was the attitude of that. If you did something wrong, most likely it was taken care. You didn't have to call the cops or
Right.
anything; they would take care of it.
Exactly.
Then and that, if it was a whole different mindset, and it goes back to that. And we ran the clips of that. And those of you that are with us on the radio, you can go to IEN Newswire on YouTube or that and Facebook Live on that and see that. We ran the stuff of hair gel, Governor Hair Gel and Gavin Newsom going up there, and he's talking about, oh, we're such an aggressive society and all that. This is what we're talking about. We're not aggressively protecting people. We don't aggressively respect anybody or most people anymore. We don't we don't aggressively pursue the right policies. And we've done it, you've done it under the guise of what he tried to say, empathy and kindness and caring and all that. And I know it, and I hope some more can see now why sometimes I cringe when I hear this stuff in the public policy arena, because it's going to wind up, and now we're living examples of this. COVID-19, the George Floyd situation and all this stuff. This comes when you try and distort reality of the situations like that, or not doing that. Or like you said, hey, if my kids are screwing up, you take care of the situation on that, and then let me know what they are doing.
Don't really ever put my hands on my kids because then I'll be pissed. But it takes a village. I mean, I think that saying is very true. People...
It takes, and that's what a village used to be,
it's not anymore.
The way Hillary Clinton meant it was the way Gavin Newsom and Andrew Cuomo do it, where the government dictates everything.
Right.
And that's not, the village we had that, we have and are throwing that away. And that's what's sad about this.
People aren't raised with respect or anything.
Correct.
Or being kind and it's disgusting.
And one of the things I think of that, and it drives me crazy is stuff that, when they do the way the school systems work, but most of the time in the old days, let's say, or back in, if it was 2 + 2, if you marked anything but 4, you got a red pencil mark on there, and that was wrong. And you got an explanation of, you better figure out how to do that right. That was the incorrect answer. Not, well, you made an effort at that. We'll give you a gold star for at least making the effort.
They don't do that.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't. I have 4 kids in school. Don't tell me they do.
I've seen the pastings in the boardroom of Moreno Valley Unified School District.
Of artwork?
Yes.
Of
the math answers that were wrong that had the gold star on there. Because they were given an effort, because they had tried.
No.
Yes.
No. I want to see that paperwork, and then I'll...
And amongst that, but it's the whole thing that nothing, you learn respect by, no, that wasn't right.
Right.
You
by
keep doing it until it is right. And we're not accepting that. We don't care if you're upset today. You're going to have to get over that because, you know what? You are not going from the 2nd to 3rd grade unless you figure out how to make 2 + 2 and you can write down the answer 4. And I'm saying that as a broad based, how many kids get set back a grade in school now? Almost a 0.
No, there was a couple at our school that were set back. They still do it, but that still doesn't have anything to do with teaching your kids respect.
Well,
of other people. No, it doesn't. Of other people's belongings.
Yeah.
It teaches a kid to be confident within itself when it's told, no, that was wrong. But that doesn't teach you respect of other people's stuff.
It does, because once you learn that, or you're learning what's right and wrong, and you're not accepting wrong as a acceptable conclusion. So you really think about it. When you think about a lot of these concepts, and it's sometimes difficult to explain, but all of the stuff in totality works together. So when you start running off the reservation on one end, that's what it does. When you start on one end accepting the wrong policy or the wrong answer, then it starts, okay, well, if it's okay here, then it's okay over there. So, but when you're especially, kids or anything as you're raising them, stuff, if you don't teach them all across the board what is the right and wrong answer, don't accept that until they get it right, or you praise them or say this is all, or everybody gets a trophy,
okay,
nobody
overpraising,
loses.
yeah. I can see where that gets tied into
Exactly. That's what I mean. The everybody gets a trophy, nobody loses. that or the whole gender thing where the boys are running in the girls track team and the boy that cannot make the track team is setting world records on the girls team, and then they can't get into college or anything on a scholarship because they didn't, they weren't in the top tier because you got you got boys in there or young men in there getting all the accolades and stuff of this and that. I mean, it's this whole, it's not any one thing, and there's never any one part of it. But when you start doing this across the totality of everything, that's when you start seeing the ever increasingly shifts like you're seeing in our society now, where this is getting more accepted or people are going along with it. It's like with the whole mask thing or stuff. I can guarantee you, 20, 30, 10, maybe probably even 10 years ago, this stuff would have never flown.
Right.
Would have never flown. I mean, they'd have escorted Gavin Newsom and his crew right out of the Capitol Hill building over that. I mean, immediately if he would have started acting stupid. That complete... Look, in 2003, we recalled Gray Davis over tripling the car tax. And that is like...
Maybe
nothing compared to what's going on now.
Maybe they're all working together on the inside. Maybe it's a whole plot. I mean,
Could be.
Oh my gosh. I don't even want to go. No, I don't even want to go tinfoil hat on all this.
Here comes it. We're going to have to bring out the tinfoil hats again.
Do those get thrown away? They need to be.
The tinfoil is going to have to come back out.
No, but I think parents do need to make an effort. I wonder how many kids are in the street rioting and catching buildings on fire with their parents. I bet you there's hundreds.
Yes, that's somebody's kid that, again, where does it come from of all that? We have to look honestly at our society, where this stuff is coming from, and we need to stomp that out. Because one of the things, and I think we were mentioning, I think I mentioned it with Susan Shelley on that, of all that, you know who benefits the most from charter schools?
Who? The kids?
No.
The parents?
So-called, and I hate the designation, but they've been commonplace, Hispanics and blacks.
Why?
Because they're the most they're usually not as high on the education test score, stuff like that. Right. But in the charter schools, they benefit more from the instruction than the other communities. That's why, especially in their communities, they're a lot more in favor of charter schools of doing that. And you know who resists that? California Teachers Association. California State Governor Tony Thurmond, our education, most all of our school districts oppose the exact policies that would help the ones that they are trying to help, which is really sad.
Carla writes, and I agree with you too, on that too. Carla writes, but I think charter schools are beneficial for everybody because it's more one-on-one, and I feel like they care more, and that if you care more for a child, that goes a long way. And I think a lot of public teachers kind of lost that a little bit. Don't get me wrong, there's a lot of amazing teachers, but I think that got lost along the way. Carla writes in, so would you have preferred Newsom to not do anything? I think she's going back to the whole COVID thing.
No, not do anything. As I said, if he had empathy, kindness, and collaboration, Carla, he would have identified where the problem was. Nursing homes. Then we come to know meat packing plants, stuff. He should have done just like Governor Ron DeSantis of Florida. Go look him up, Carla. He went in and put the National Guard and had them help in the nursing homes and everything. And look at that. They have 20 million population, just about the same as New York. 2 million more of in nursing homes and elderly population. And not even the death rate in that is like almost nothing compared to what there is in New York. Ron DeSantis did the right policy.
He did.
Cuomo, Newsom did harm to all of us. And that's what is sad. And I don't know why. It does not, it boggles my mind why more people like Carla are not protesting at the governor's office, at our Riverside county offices, at our city councils, at our school districts of what has been going on, because they have been precipitating and going along with this, and it is harming all of us on a bad policy. No, Newsom should not have done nothing. He should have done the right thing. He knew what the right thing was. He's not stupid.
Mic drop. You gotta do it. Yeah, I mean, whatever. But I agree with you. I think it was Dr. Kelly Victory that came on and said, why aren't we focusing more on the nursing homes, the elderly, the ones that have the lower immune system? Like, why are we focusing on everybody? Like, send the 33-year-olds, the middle-aged people, let them go out, make their money, help the older, help everybody that might need help.
That's what they said.
Instead of taking all our freaking money away.
That's what they said. And closing the
kids need their
schools was
schools
the
back.
absolute stupid policy.
My kids are so sad.
Kids
they
are
miss
not,
their friends.
Kids are
It's
not
horrible.
going to die from it. They're not going to have any, and they would have built the herd immunity and had this thing going on. That's what I said. The whole policy has been freaking insane.
It has been. And now the way they want to do schools now, like on it, my kids aren't going to school if that's how it's going to be done. To go 1 day a week for half a day, what the hell's the point?
Yes.
Why? Why?
And then not be able to do any. You can't go out to recess.
Yeah.
You got to you
have a
can't go to the
sneeze guard,
cafeteria. Yeah.
You have a mask.
You got to eat.
No, they don't even get food. They get their food to go. They don't even get to eat food there.
Well, okay, nice.
It's like what? Why?
Yeah.
I'm going to go to the beach and teach them. Screw this.
Yes. You'd
can.
you'd probably learn a hell of a lot more down at the beach on that.
Probably not.
on
But I
anything
mean, whatever.
else.
They'll learn how to swim. That's cool.
Want to get to the? You sent in the.
Yeah. Now that you pissed everybody off, I get to make
Yes.
them happy again.
It's all my
Well,
fault, isn't it?
I mean, it usually is, right? I think a lot of people would agree. Anyways, I thought since we can't all go to amusement parks yet, I found this really cute video of a roller coaster I wanted to share with people viewing because I just thought it was kind of squirrely. But I like that somebody took the time to go ahead and do this. It's the world's cutest roller coaster. Look at all these teddy bears. Did you watch
there it is. Oh, the teddy bears, I guess, are
The
immune
teddy bears
from
get to
COVID.
freaking ride the damn thing. We don't get to, but they do. I want to see masks on all of them. That's what
Why don't they have? Yeah. Oh, they're endangering the poor teddy bears because they don't have masks, and they're not social distancing. They're sitting next to each other.
God dang it.
Oh man.
I wonder if they're
Oh,
gonna
the
get sick.
humanity of this. We're all going to die because the teddy bears are riding the roller coaster on this, and this is about how absurd this whole
I thought it was
thing
cute
is.
though.
Yeah, it is. It does in a way show the absurdity of the whole situation of that. I mean, they're treating us human beings as less than teddy bears.
Oh my gosh.
They get to enjoy riding the roller coaster and having a
didn't
good
think
time
of it like
and
that.
sitting it next to each
Damn
other.
it, now
you see
I'm
the
sadder.
big smiles on their faces that were going on? No, you're not
my
allowed to do that.
gosh.
Oh, he's so cute. I wish he would run for president. You have the ability. All of you that voted for that ding dong that's sitting up there in this with the scoundrels of Sacramento, you have the ability to get rid of them and all of their ilk that you put in there. Please join with us and save the state of California and the nation of the United States, and let's deal with reality.
I mean, but can you really honestly say he's not good looking? Just because you're good looking doesn't mean you're a good person. Anyways, what's your video? This is like my worst nightmare. And it did happen to me, but luckily
Talk about the
I caught it.
Talk about the whole deal about closing down schools and the social distancing and the Zoom meetings and all the others. This is Ashley Smith. Ashley Smith is a mom. I think she's got 2 or 3 kids, probably. You know, one of them is a 7-year-old daughter. Stop that. Just get it ready. And so she would, and of all the ones with kids and stuff, so they're doing the Zoom meeting, the Zoom schooling and the whole enchilada deal, da-da-da-da.
Right.
So she had her laptop sitting up on her bed. So her 7-year-old daughter climbs up on the bed and lights off her laptop and cues into the Zoom meeting. The aforementioned mom, Ashley Smith, was in the shower at this particular time in the morning. So she comes out of the shower in her birthday suit. Well, her aforementioned daughter has her whole classroom fired up on the Zoom as she walks by and flashes the whole class of her of students that were in her class, whatever there was, 30 of them or so. And what is really ironic about this is Ashley Smith said, I used to go on Facebook and think all this stuff that people posted on YouTube and Facebook and social media was all fake of this, but I come to do that. But she had a really good attitude about this. So here's Ashley Smith with her video after that she went on Facebook of that's been going viral all across the deal. So here's Ashley Smith with her reaction.
I watch all of these videos and people on the internet, and I don't believe it. And then it just happened. I was in the shower, and then I got out of the shower, and I walked across my bedroom to get my clothes, and all of a sudden I heard my 7-year-old from my bed go, hang on, Bella. And then Bella goes, I think we need to hang up. We might all be in trouble. And I looked, and my 7-year-old was Zooming her friends from my bed, and then saw me naked. I don't know why she was in my bed, but what do I do? Do I, write an apology note to all the parents?
Oh my gosh.
Or do you just pretend like it didn't happen? Or call them all liars that they didn't really see it? How is this real life? I watch this stuff online and I'm like, they're lying. That didn't really happen. Except it does. It really happens. And now a first grade class just got a biology lesson from me.
See, well, that's the great deal of homeschooling of that is you get a real live biology lesson, impromptu on that. Now, what's starker reaction to that is it. I couldn't tell if she was crying or laughing at that. She was trying to do both across the whole enchilada. I thought that was absolutely hilarious. That's something to bring us down from the whole week. Have fun. Do something
Have
great.
a good weekend.
Screw Gavin Newsom and all those others and work on.
Work on.